Hello and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast on digital-delirium.com. Once again, we are live from Glitch's house. Say hello to the people.
Yo.
That's it? Yo.
Yeah. What's so bad about saying yo to someone?
I don't know, but I just thought you'd say a bit more than just yo.
Yeah. I'm a simple man with simple needs, and yo is all I need.
There you go. I guess that works. Anyway, yeah. Game Face is also here with us. Say hello, Game Face.
Yo.
Gio?
Yo.
Yo-Gi-Oh?
Yo-Gi-Oh? Is that like
Yo-Gi-Oh.
Yogi the Bear, like cameo in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Is it a Fabio Yu-Gi-Oh cameo?
I don't know, but your
Fabio
brother's
cameo
car is
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Fabio.
Fabrio. My brother drives a Volkswagen Cabrio ragtop, and everyone calls it like everyone says it's like a girl's car, so they wanted to put a big pink F on the hood for Fabrio. That cracked me up.
If anybody over there should do it, it should be Tim.
Yeah.
He'd be like, I'll get you back for that bad boys thing.
Oh, the decals. We discussed that on the show.
Yes, we have.
Okay.
Probably two or three times.
When Ian still had the Nissan, we were going to go over there and turn it into a pizza.
This story I have not heard.
Oh, yeah, we were going to go over there and, like, slather it with tomato sauce and put, like, big, like, things of, like, Lebanon bologna that looks kind of like giant pepperoni all over it. Throw cheese on it.
You know that'll leave marks on the paint.
Yeah.
Permanently. You have to get it repainted to get that shit fixed.
You mean the tomato sauce?
No, the bologna.
Yeah, but that'll be, like, on top. Well, then it'll just... his car will have spots.
Yeah. It would. I always wanted to
My
do...
brother can be a real douche sometimes. Like, I love him to death, but sometimes he just needs to be put in his place. And, I think that's the way to go.
I guess that works.
Yeah.
I'm getting my MRI tomorrow. Just thought I'd let y'all know that it's at 5 o'clock. And my mom...
Come visit him. Bring flowers.
Yeah, I guess. My mother told me that if...
My mama said...
Your mom!
My mama said your mom.
Your mom.
No, your mom.
Your mom.
No, you're not a towel. That would be Jason.
Yeah, Jason's a towel and a Jew.
He actually gets offended when I say that, and I was like, wait, why am I getting offended? I'm not even Jewish. It's funny because like he's quarter Arabic, so we made his nickname Towel. Glitch is not familiar with this anecdote. We made his nickname Towel, but he doesn't get offended by that at all.
But when you get him,
but when we say him like Jew, hey Juicin', I'd be like, I'm not a Jew. Wait, I'm not even a Jew. Wait, what? It's funny.
He gets all offended. Anyway, yeah. If my mom informed me that if I need work on my knee, I'm going to be flying home, which makes me happy. In the meantime, I do not know what I'm going to do with the podcast. You'll probably have to host one and bring him along or something.
We'll figure something out.
It's all through Skype or something like that, actually.
I've been thinking about, setting up a Skype account so that we could do that. Maybe we could have the D-pad do some more episodes with us, if that's the case.
You think he's going to Skype from work?
Oh, even better.
Hang on, guys. I got to take this call.
We could do it from his calls. He'd get some really stupid call, and he'd just flip his mic back on so we could hear, like, the stupidity of, why can't I watch TV through my router, through Ethernet onto my computer? True story. The guy went up into a tree and spliced into the wire on a phone pole and had that going into his router, and then his computer didn't have a monitor.
Oh.
So he was trying to use his TV as a monitor by networking it via Ethernet to his computer.
That's so dumb that make me not talk English good.
Yeah.
And actually,
Yeah.
That reminds me, in the 1990s, never like the big thing was internet TV.
What are these 90s of which you speak?
The good days.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Enough said.
The big
Yeah, that
thing-
was when they had like the badass Batman and X-Men TV shows.
Yeah.
And Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh, heck yeah.
And Angry Beavers and Pinky and the Brain.
And Vegas, all that good stuff.
And 4 or 5 seasons of
And Darkwing Duck, and DuckTales, and Goggles, and all those fine
Teenage
pieces of
Mutant Ninja
entertainment that
Turtles
we
were
all
in the
love so very much.
90s. There's several
Partially.
seasons. I mean, the show went on for 10 seasons, so it lasted into the 90s.
So you were saying about internet TV? I remember...
Like, pretty much all it was is just that you get regular TV, but you had to buy like a separate TV for the internet TV to work it. And you get a keyboard, you get a mouse and everything, and just sit, and like all the advertisements had the kids just like laying down typing on. Just look at the big
I
screen
remember
TV that pretty much no one owned.
Well, what...
Remember the Sega Channel?
Vaguely. I know the name. I never actually knew anyone who had it.
Sega. The only places I ever saw that had the Sega Channel were hotels back then, and then they have like a Sega Genesis controller hooked up to the TV, and then you can order games to play while you're at the hotel.
When I went to Nova Scotia in 04...
What the hell is that? What? No!
It doesn't like you. We may need to buy some more microphones here.
No kidding. Look, I'm barely registering. And you're not even trying to do anything to fix it. You're just sitting on the thing.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's because I was sitting on... There was a kink in the wire. I was blocking the flow of energy.
Damn it, now I'm gonna have to go through, and it's all your fault that I'm gonna have to amplify shit now. So there you go.
So who's ready to drink some beer and rip on Bobby Kotick again?
Yeah, we are gonna do that again this week.
Glitch, would you like one of these? It's a Michelob Amber Bock. It's quite sweet. You might like it.
Ooh, actually, yes, I will take one then. Thank you.
It's not like flavored. It's just very malty, and malty usually equals sweet.
Dark lager.
Yeah, you guys heard that. We're drinking Michelob Amber
Michelob.
Bock. I picked it.
Michelob.
It was
Michelangelo.
I was gonna say, we had a...
Michelangelo's a party dude.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to crack these one at a time,
Leonardo
unfortunately.
leads and Donatello does machines. And
think that would
Raphael is cool but rude. And Michelangelo's a party dude.
Wow, I can't believe I didn't recall that said rhetoric.
Oh, by the way, one time, my friend Kyle, we had a few beers that we were gonna drink. Actually, it's right over there. I like it, by the way. And it's River Horse Lager.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hours.
And what happened is that we couldn't find a bottle opener. So what we did is we decided to try 2 different things. He tried a hammer to open it up.
They've done things like this
Fatal
before.
Did he break the bottle?
No, actually, what was hilarious is that he had the hammer. He tried the claw. He tried tapping it lightly. It took him about 20 minutes to get it out. I grabbed a screwdriver and just gently pried it up like that. Took me 2 minutes.
Gotta be careful because you don't want to chip the bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
There was one time I was in the parking lot at FedEx where I worked for so very long. And I had a bottle of Red Stripe.
In between shifts.
In between... No, this is back when I only worked one shift, so it was after my final shift, and I was going to drink it while I was waiting for the guy I carpooled with.
I thought you were going to be in between shifts we were drinking, because you did that.
I did that very often, at least once or twice a week. Thank you. Hey, sometimes we'd go to the cafe and go get, big freaking, burgers in a pitcher, in between shifts. Back when we used to have 90-minute breaks. That was awesome. Back when I had 90-minute breaks and money. But, so I'm in the parking lot. I got a bottle of Red Stripe, and I decided to open the passenger side door of my car and put it on the metal edge of the door and just yank it. Which, of course, wasn't a bad idea because I not only shook it up, but the bottle was kind of horizontal to the ground. When I pulled it out, it was perpendicular, so I ended up hosing down the car next to me with beer suds.
Oh.
And I was so embarrassed that I decided to make it funny. I just left the cap there. So they'd be like, what, feeling around on the car. What is on the side of my? Did someone pee on my car? Then they see the bottle cap and they go, "Oh, boo! Beer on my car.
Being on
beer
cars,
on
I've
my
done
mouth."
that before. It's on some
You
guy's
took my
hubcap.
thunder.
It's on some guy's
You
hubcap
just took my thunder.
in Houston.
You took my thunder.
On the top of a parking
I
garage.
was working on that one all night.
Your story was still good.
No, you missed the boo, beer on my car, hooray, beer in my mouth. Was the gist of it. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah. Totally peed on some guy's hubcap on the top level of a parking garage in Houston.
wow. Don't think I've ever done that. Did have a guy tag along with me to my one college class the one time when I used to go to a community college, and he gets out of the car and promptly just takes a leak on the edge of the parking lot. I was like, okay, I'm distancing myself from you now.
Swear to God, I was sober at the time.
So was he. As far as I know.
We were just deciding to be jerks because you're like, screw you. You've got a caddy. I mean, it was like the Cadillac's version of an SUV. So we're like, ooh, this guy's got a
an
caddy.
Escalade?
Yeah.
Oh,
So he's got an Escalade, and we got this shitty van here. So let's piss on this guy's car.
I remember going to an anime convention, going to Otakon, and seeing somebody roll by in an Escalade, pull up to the corner, and drop some con goers off. And I said, "Whoa! I didn't know otaku had money." It was funny.
Apparently,
It was
otaku
funny.
spend their money on two things: anime and Escalades.
And porn.
If there's not
And
porn,
balls.
I
The
don't
energy
care.
drink. It was
Right,
funny.
Alex?
That was funny.
There's
I think I
not-
told you that. I think I
Yeah.
told this story in the show before.
I don't know. I don't know if you did or not. But if there's not porn, I don't care.
That's funny. That's punny.
Okay, shall we move to the first topic?
Sure.
Mass Effect on the PlayStation 3 will come with all the major downloadable content from Mass Effect 2 that you had to pay for on the disc. It will also come with access to the Cerberus network and a digital comic from Dark Horse that tells the story of the original game. And if you've played Mass Effect 1, then you know there's some very crucial decisions in that game that you have to make. And the comic is going to actually play out differently and stuff like that, depending
Didn't
upon
they do that for
which decisions you make as you move through it. So it's interactive.
Didn't you do that? Didn't they do that for Dead Space?
Well,
Sort of.
there's a Dead Space Ignition, which is kind of like a comic thing that you play through before Dead Space 2. And then there's a 6-part Dead Space comic that's an animated comic, but is not interactive.
Gap,
If I
yeah.
was the 360 owner, I'd be kind of PO'd, really. Because how much was the Mass Effect 2 game? Like $60 whenever it came out, like all of
Yeah,
it.
$60.
And the PS3 is going to probably stay the same, except they got a lot more content, though.
Yeah, they're getting probably $20 worth, $20 to $40 worth of content that the Xbox 360 owners wound up having to pay extra for, and that did piss a lot of people off.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a lot of very, very negative reactions to this announcement from people who own the 360 version of the game.
Well, how old is the game?
Mass Effect 2 was released this year. Mass Effect 1 is not getting a PlayStation 3 release, so I guess you could see that as like, hey, we got the one game the PlayStation 3 didn't, but they got the downloadable content for free, so maybe it evens out.
I don't know. I think if they're smart, they should at least, give it, at least like a Game of the Year edition or something like that, like Platinum or whatever edition on the 360, and make it $60 after like a year or so. It's just so people don't really feel left out.
Yeah, nothing like that has been announced, but I think the comic book idea is a good idea, but I gotta wonder how they're gonna cram all of the character development and everything that is part of the Mass Effect universe into a comic book without making it several hours to sit and watch it all.
You'd be surprised. Sometimes, you can pack an entire story inside of a kid's children's book.
One
Yeah.
time, I was swimming in a lake, and an alligator ate my leg.
With that, yeah.
Sorry, I know nothing about Mass Effect. Pardon me, I'm just kind of spacing out here. I
am really, really looking forward to this game because I don't have a 360 anymore because mine was stolen. Otherwise, I would already own Mass Effect 2.
You've said that quite a few times on the show, too.
Yeah, what, that my shit was stolen?
And also Antelope.
Man, this...
Antelope are underrated, just so you know.
Like a lion kills an antelope.
Like a hammer hits a cantaloupe.
I am the anti-pope.
Indeed.
You guys are weird, you know that?
Yeah, we're not making that up. That was Zlad, man.
Zlad. You never heard Zlad?
No.
He's the premier pop artist from Mulvania.
Mulvania.
Which is a made-up country, by
We
the
are
way.
welcome here to the future, where everything is electronic, supersonic.
There is nothing above but the stars above, which are above.
Yeah.
He said something.
Above us is nothing above but the stars above.
That was it.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I personally am very, very excited for this and really looking forward to it because I haven't gotten a chance to play Mass Effect 2 and I was a huge, huge fan of the first game. But I was such a big fan of the first game that I played through it and I got almost done with everything there is to do in the game. And then I was on the planet Pharos and I got stuck on an elevator. I saved on the elevator, which... If you're on Pharos and you get to the elevator, do not save there because your game will glitch. I know this because it happened to me and the elevator doors never opened. And I had to start and play through that whole 40 hours of gameplay again. But I was more than willing to do it. You know why? Because the game was that good.
Because you're just that bored.
No, the game really was that good. I loved it. Everything about Mass Effect except for driving the Mako. Driving the Mako sucked.
Oh, man. You know, those kind of situations whenever it's completely out of the ordinary, I like to think of scenarios that did happen. Like, for example, I'll ask you two things. One, there was an ad whenever I was watching a few videos online where Dad's like typing on his cell phone and he's holding a glove in one hand, and he's still typing on his cell phone and the announcer's going like, what would happen if we decided to upgrade all the cell phones? And then the dad's going like waving his glove to have his kid throw the ball at him.
Hits him in the head, right?
Actually, no, not even hits him. Like you could, like he wails the ball right at his head. You don't see the aftermath because you only hear the clunk, and then it cuts to the use this cell phone. And I like to think of the scenario as, wow, and then Daddy had to go into intensive care because his son wanted to play ball with his workaholic dad. Went to mental retardation, and then eventually committed suicide.
Ceremonial seppuku.
All because he decided to focus more on his cell phone than his son.
Like Super Bowl
Except
commercials,
there
they're
would be
always so cryptic you don't know what they're advertising. 3 ducks are sitting on a log, and one goes home and hangs himself. Buy a bike. Anyway.
Black.
Good stuff.
And then, say with the elevator, he then goes into a psychotic rage and murders everyone else in the elevator. And since, figuring that, then all of a sudden General Shepard has to go, then he has to go through an elaborate maze of corridors and air ducts, and eventually he realizes he is the elevator or something like that. Yeah.
Whoa. Wait,
the
what?
The reason why the doors won't open is because he won't open to himself.
Is that stupid movie that came out?
Wait a minute.
What you said just blew my mind, man.
So, you're expressing sorrow and emotion because you are unable to express emotion.
Man, this dimension sucks. Oh, don't be so negative. Classic.
God, this dimension sucks.
Oh, and then that's what else happened. The dad's doctor is Dr. Insano.
Mm.
That's how he goes mentally retarded.
See, if he's trying to commit seppuku while being mentally retarded, it's probably like becomes the ancient art of face cutting because he misses. Because he's retarded.
Bad.
Yeah, that was a long way to go for that joke.
Anyway, to offset this, let's go to the next topic.
Yeah, let's bitch about Bobby Kotick some more and what a jackhole he is.
As much as, oh, wow, I just had his name, it just disappeared now.
CEO of Activision.
No, like the guy I was going to say, who else is the douchebag?
Bruce McDeuce?
Yeah, the guy that moved into our old apartment.
I haven't seen that guy at all. Anyway.
Billy Mitchell, that's it. The guy who, Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Bill
Billy
Litchell.
Mitchell.
Bill Litchell.
Yeah. Yeah. Douche.
Kebab.
Douchey. Okay.
Douche bungalow. What was it you called towel the other day?
Douche bungalow sticks your cock in the jungle.
You said that over the phone like we were on our way to Connecticut. I was like, what?
I was calling him, remember? Mm-hmm. Okay. Activision CEO Bobby Kotick said in a recent interview with Joystick that he does not know Tim Schafer and that Double Fine simply
Wait,
owed
he was in an interview with me?
Tim Schafer.
Joystick?
No, Joystiq. It's a website.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's your name anyways. Whatever.
Dumbass.
Nerp.
We've only done 32 of these things so far.
Your mom.
Okay, anyway, he said in an interview with Joystick that he does not know Tim Schafer, who is the head of the Brutal Legend. You may remember the huge fallout between Double Fine and Activision about Brutal Legend, where EA wound up publishing the game instead, and Double Fine simply owed them money. Owed Activision money. He said they paid in advance for the product and were not paid back when Double Fine was cut loose. He said that Brutal Legend, they cut it loose because they simply thought it wasn't going to make money. Basically, he said we were afraid that this game would not do well, so we gave it the boot, which ultimately led to its release being delayed for like a year, which meant that it was released with very, very minimal hype, which means it didn't sell all that well at launch.
And they're like, huh, we told you.
Basically.
Lame.
This guy's such a douche.
What game were we talking about again?
He didn't... the interview said that he did not even look at Brutal Legend before making his decision to cut it loose. Didn't even look at it.
Yeah, hold on. So wait, they paid... So what, Double Fine paid Activision to publish it,
No.
right? Or
Activision was paying Double Fine money to do this game, and Activision was going to publish it. Without even looking at the game, Bobby Kotick decided that it was not going to make money, cut Double Fine loose, and said, you owe us back the money. And he's saying that he said, you owe us back the money we paid you.
yeah, that's a classic douche.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he sounds like he's trying to justify himself with this, but it's so full of holes. Like, you didn't look at it. How do you know it wasn't going to be a profitable game? It might have been a profitable game if it hadn't been delayed for a year. That undoubtedly hurt it because it didn't have any hype surrounding it. You know?
Yeah, I'm sure if they take this to court, and if they actually document, and they actually put this interview as a evidence, I'm sure that at least Double Fine will either get off easy or they won't have to owe the money because of what he's been saying.
Yeah. Those are some boisterous claims there.
Although I think Tim Schafer might have hurt his position when he plain and simple called Bobby Kotick a dick, which is deserved, mind you, because Bobby Kotick is a dick. He doesn't care about anything except money, and this story proves it.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's under free speech, and you really can't put that in a court, though.
True.
This is facts, and...
Yeah, but he would probably, like, claim defamation of character or something like that. Because he hasn't defamed his own character enough by all the douchey moves
This
that he's
guy
pulled.
is rapidly becoming the Uwe Boll of the video game industry.
He doesn't make
Except his
bad
stuff
video
is-
games, he just makes bad decisions.
Yeah, I know, but still, just the fact that like everybody and their grandmother is mad at him.
Basically.
My grandmother's mad at him.
Yeah.
She's dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's not alive, but she probably in hell or in heaven.
Whoa!
Going, screw you, Bobby Kotick. That's what she's doing.
Whoa! Nice verbal slip. Anyway,
Anyway, we all do something that makes us go to hell. Doesn't matter what. I'm sure God will find a way.
Just
to
ask
figure
Fred
us going to
Phelps.
hell.
wait, what?
Just ask Fred Phelps if we do something. If we do something that sends us to hell.
Yeah, I also love Lewis Black's little memoir. He says, God has spoken to me, and he has said that he hates people like Fred Phelps for saying that he knows the word of God because it makes him look like a douche.
Fred Phelps is also a douche, but
It says right in the Bible not to judge non-believers, contrary to popular belief.
yeah, Jesus taught tolerance. Why doesn't Fred Phelps know that? Why do so many Christians not
You know what
that?
it is because it's because
It's interpretation.
no, well, actually, here's the problem. I think is that Christians are supposed to be kind of firm with believers to kind of like discipline each other to try and like stay true to the doctrine. Now that doesn't matter if somebody is like admittedly a non-believer, but I think the problem is that a lot of these zealots think that everybody actually is Christian, but they're just not good. They're just doing it wrong. That's incorrect. The vast majority of people, and even a lot of people who still go to church, just
Kind of go out of just routine from what I've
Yeah.
actually done.
yeah. I mean, like,
Can we get back to Bobby Kotick instead of talking about religion on the video game
first
podcast?
politics, then religion, and sex. Well, that's kind of hard to avoid.
So yeah, anyway,
Stuff after religion.
everyone in heaven and everyone in hell are all in agreement that Bobby Kotick sucks. Satan's like, you're a dick, dude.
and that's saying a lot.
Hitler somewhere. Don't know if he's in hell or if hell banished him somewhere else because he's just too evil. But Hitler's somewhere going, God, what a douche. I can't believe this guy.
Hitler's like in hell saying,
What the hell? What is wrong with this
no,
guy?
that's what the devil
What
said.
I
That would be
did.
even funnier.
Hitler's like, what I did is fucked up. Look at this guy.
Hitler's laughing, saying, "Hey, you're going to be another one of me in a couple of years."
Probably be like, Jews can't play video games. That's going to
No,
be
he's
Bobby
going to
Kotick.
like ban video games amongst the Mulvanians because they are electronic, supersonic.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
This guy just... does he embarrass himself every single time he has a public interview or says anything?
Crayons and a coloring book and tell him to just go sit somewhere.
You know who he reminds me of? Dan Quayle.
Not familiar with Dan Quayle.
He's the guy that basically said, he doesn't really like to go down to Mexico because he doesn't know Latin. Because they're
What?
Latinos. He thinks Latin and Latinos. He thinks Latinos speak Latin.
Who said that?
Dan Quayle. He was like the vice president for George Bush Sr. He had
Wow.
smart, stupid quotes. Like, go ahead, I'll look him up.
That reminds me of what's the guy who used to work for CNN? Something. Oh, what was that guy's name?
I don't know. You're going to have to give me more than what's the guy that used to work for CNN.
Something. I think it was something Hispanic. It was like Tony Ramirez. What the heck is that guy's name?
I don't know.
Well, he made the statement They were talking about a volcanic eruption in Iceland, and he's like, he just erupts in this barrage of just like not things that make you face palm. He's like, I would think, you know, I mean, usually you think of, you know, volcanoes being in places like Hawaii or other long names like that, but I mean, like in Iceland, you'd think it would be too cold to have volcanoes. And they just don't know what to say, and he goes, and what are those white things, like, floating in front of it? Those are clouds. It's so funny. Then they fired him for being an idiot, and he's like, well, CNN is racist. And it's like, no, you're just an idiot.
It's like politically correct for like it's not politically correct to like sue the Black Panthers for something.
Oh, and the thing was, in talking about CNN being racist, and he's like, it's all because people like Jon Stewart.
I don't know why people like Jon Stewart.
It's like, no, it's all because people like Jon Stewart run the show. And it's like, what, you mean Jews? So you're accusing people of being racist, and then you make a thinly veiled anti-Semitic... Never mind. Let's just go back and, like, watch some of your reporting talent and laugh at it.
Speaking of stupidity and quotes, I just found a page of really great quotes from Dan Quayle.
Yes.
I have made good judgments in the past. I have made good judgments in the future.
Wait, Republicans understand the importance of bondage between mother and child.
Bondage?
I gotta put that on my door.
The American people would not want to know of any misquotes that Dan Quayle may or may not make. What?
What a waste it is to lose one's mind. Or not to have a mind is being very wasteful. How true that is.
The future will be better than tomorrow. Or the future will be better tomorrow. This guy's a Nimrod.
Yeah, apparently.
Mars is essentially in the same orbit. Mars is somewhat the same distance from the Sun, which is very important. We have seen pictures where there are canals, we believe, and water. If there is water, that means there is oxygen. If oxygen, that means we can breathe.
People die when you kill them. Hang on. Illegitimacy is something we should talk about in terms of not having it.
Okay.
One word sums up the probability of the... One word sums up probably the responsibility of any vice president, and that one word is to be prepared.
Actually, that one is kind of smart, though.
Yeah, but fail.
Quite frankly, teachers are the only profession that teach our children.
Wait, what?
Quite frankly, teachers are the only profession that teach our children.
Really?
God.
Should we move on to the next topic?
No, let's make fun of Dan Quayle some more. For NASA, space is still a high priority.
That's all they do.
Public speaking is very easy. Quite frankly, oh yeah.
Oh my God. The Holocaust was an obscene period in our nation's history. I mean in this century's history. But we all lived in this century. I didn't live in this century.
What? I didn't live in this century?
That make me no speak good English.
That make me has ADD.
I already had ADD.
Oh, no.
Everyone has ADD.
No.
Your face.
Apparently, including this guy.
Your face
I've
has
always
ADD.
heard the name Dan Quayle. I never actually heard anyone make fun of him before. This is hysterical.
We are ready for any unforeseen events that may or may not occur.
I'm ready for everything that doesn't happen.
We're going to the best educated American people in the world.
That's funny.
Oh, wow. Okay, well...
Wait. One more, just...
Yeah.
What a waste... Oh, wait, no, I saw that already. Welcome to President Bush, Mrs. Bush, and my fellow astronauts. What?
I'm sure... You know what?
Astronauts?
I want to ask my friend, see if he can... He's a philosophy major. And I want to see if he can look through this list and see if he can analyze very deeply on all these damn quotes. I want to see his report on that. Yeah, alright, but yeah, let's go to the next topic.
Alright.
Duty Black Ops made a shitload of money. Not only did it make a shitload of money, it set these single-day sales.
Wait, what game? Oh, Call of Duty Black Ops. Right.
I'm there. I'm registering again. Call of Duty Black Ops made a shitload of money. Not just a shitload. It set the single-day sales record for video games, movies, and books. Any entertainment medium, period.
In the history of forever.
That's how well. So it sold 5 million copies in a day.
I can actually vouch for that because, as I might have told you guys earlier, my sub shop went over to the GameStop near our shop, and they estimated about 200 people down there just for coming in the line to pick it up. They had for pre-orders at least 500.
Jesus,
Dang.
it's a whole lot.
So they sold subs to
You
him.
know what's going to wind up happening though? People are going to buy it. They're going to play it. They're going to be like, this is good for the first month. And they're going to be like, oh, why isn't this the first Modern Warfare? Even if it's better than the first Modern Warfare. That's what they're going to do. That's what they did with Modern Warfare 2. That's what they did with World at War.
Yeah. Well, see, I always base my first-person shooter games on its single player. Because if it stands on single player, it's a good game. If it doesn't, it does not.
Unfortunately, Call of Duty has a history of making the single player 5 to 6 hours long, and I doubt this one's any different.
Well, I have played Modern Warfare 2, and I do agree that the story is good. I've heard the first one is a lot better. I've played like 1 or 2 levels of that, but
You can beat the first one in one sitting.
Yeah, I don't know, but this.
I'm sorry. I'm watching your air conditioner right now. Just watching a stink bug just kind of clinging to the vent for dear life, like trembling in the wind.
Yeah. If all you have to go on your game is multiplayer, and you try to create a single-player campaign, it's not going to be all that good. The only exception that I can think about is, what was it? Battlefield Bad Company 2. I think the single-player campaign with the characters in there is good, and the multiplayer is, good as well. Although they only had like 3 modes and like 5 maps, and that's it. But yeah.
My biggest problem with a whole lot of modern shooters is they don't put much focus on the single player at all. I hate that. Like, I want my single player to be longer than 5 hours. I want to be able to beat it in more than a day.
Yeah. Like, if I want, if I don't really want to play with other people, I just want to go in and kill stuff, but I don't want to hear the chit chatter of some 13-year-old saying cock, shit, bull, you're such a noob.
Fag, and then a whole bunch of racial slurs.
Yeah. If I don't want to hear that, either I mute my mic or I play the single-player campaign. And if that's not good enough to hold me through, then I'm pissed. Because
You spent $60 on the game.
yeah, I didn't have live for about 2 years, and I bought a lot of first-person shooters. And a lot of them sucked because I can only play offline for single player campaign. There we go. And half the time, as you said, I could beat them in either one sitting, or the story itself was just so boring I didn't care. I just stopped halfway through. I was like, I'm gonna sell
Why
this
can't
back.
more shooters be like, I don't know, Half-Life 2, where the single player is 20 hours?
Full
20 hours of
consequences.
awesome, too. It was a great game, Half-Life 2. And then you get if you get the orange box, you get 2 expansions and good multiplayer.
Speaking of which, hold on, I just want to have a little rant. Speaking of which, Valve, give us fucking Half-Life 2 Episode 3.
I know,
Half-Life
right?
3, please.
I know, right? The ending of Half-Life 2, Episode 2, has kept me hanging for 2 years. Where's Episode 3?
I'll admit, Portal 2 is a good distraction, but still, give us Half-Life Episode 3, please. I want to know what happens.
I know, they ended on such a I mean, it was a good cliffhanger, don't get me wrong, but it ended on such a cliffhanger that you're like, oh my god, I need to know what happens and I need to know now. Because it's such a huge holy shit moment, too.
Don't spoil it for me. Haven't played that far yet.
Yeah, you should.
It's,
I should.
Another series that I think does it very, very well is Resistance. I mean, there are 3 games in the Resistance series. There's the 2 on the PlayStation 3 and the 1 on the PlayStation Portable. The shortest campaign of those 3 is Resistance 2, and it's still 12 to 15 hours your first time through. That's a good length, for a first-person shooter.
Yeah, I haven't played it, so I can't really say anything about it. But yeah, I think there actually should be a law in gaming, or at least an unspoken law, that every game has to have at least an 8-hour single-player campaign.
I would support that law.
Yeah, because most of the time I only have like maybe $20 to pay for, and most of the time I usually just buy games pre-owned, and even then, if I only have like 4 or 5 hours to play through, I still feel ripped off.
Yeah, I hate it when the campaigns are short as shit. I want some length to the campaign, and I want some challenge to it.
Oh, by the way, I did try Kane Lynch 2 Dog Days.
Yeah, I heard it's like 5 hours long.
4 hours, actually.
Dang.
Oh, God,
4
that sucks.
hours for 60
The first one was 8, 9, 10, something like that.
Yeah.
Why is the second one so short? I heard it even got rid of all the crowd scenes that I liked so much in the first game.
Yeah, pretty much it's monotonous, it's boring, it's long. It's like it doesn't, it's long but it's short. Like, it feels long, but it was only like 4 hours.
Oh, that sucks. Because the first one showed so much potential to be a very, very good game.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which it was.
And it has its problems. I mean, the enemy AI is not great. The shooting mechanics could be tightened up. Stuff like that.
Although I will say that the AI in the second one is super cheap. Like, pretty much you even look out like an inch and it shoots you in the head.
That just sucks. I hate it when they automatically know where you are. You can move from one place to another while completely staying out of sight, and they will know where you are. I always hated that. Make them
they can be better.
Make them continue firing where they think I was until I fire at them, and then they know where I am now.
Yeah.
Why is that so hard to do?
Like, the 2 only good things I will say about the game, though, is there are cool effects in there, like the video effects they have, like a shaky cam, handheld camcorder kind of effects,
like some kind of YouTube video or something.
Yeah, like pretty much have like video effects like that.
Oh, it's so gritty. I love it.
Yeah, and second,
I did love the look of the game.
And second, the voice acting is top notch.
Yeah, flaked. I wouldn't have done it if I'd known. I love Kane. Or no, that was Lynch.
Yeah, that was Lynch.
But
Bald head man.
What pissed me off the most, they decided, the most interesting aspect I think was Lynch is the not crazy guy, the guy with the mullet.
Yes, well, he is crazy, but he only has like shorter spurts of crazy where he kind of gets blackouts and gets really violent.
Well, not in number 2.
That doesn't even happen at all?
Nope, they pretty much, there's their excuse, he's now well medicated now.
Oh,
that's their excuse. That was a great...
I didn't even
made
see
for some of the best parts of the first game.
I honestly didn't even see Kane as being that crazy. He was just an anti-hero. I mean, he was kind of the good guy, kind of gone bad. Lynch was just like this loose cannon,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a loose cannon because he didn't have his pills that kept him from having the blackouts.
Yeah.
Where he went extra violent. Like, if you're doing the single-player campaign, you hear him freaking out and just killing customers left and right or people in the bank left and right when you're in the bank robbery. Mm-hmm. And you're like, holy shit, what is he doing? And you get up there and you're like, holy shit, the hostages are all dead.
Whoa! Hostages almost rhymes with sausages!
Nintendo's doing something that kind of makes me question this week. They are trying to copyright the phrase, "It's on like Donkey Kong."
I'm going to use that phrase from now on just to see how they feel. Because
wasn't that from, like...
It's been in a few songs in the past and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wasn't that on, like, Aqua Teen Hunger Force or something originally?
possible. No, it was long before that. I mean, like, Ice-T had it in one of his songs, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just remember hearing that and then someone saying, whoa, we would have settled for it's on, like, Michelle Kwan.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, Nintendo's going now towards the Donald Trump of the saying you're fired now.
Well, why are they trying to copyright this phrase? The reason given is trying to copyright it in honor or something like that of the new Donkey Kong game coming up for the Wii with Donkey Kong Country Returns or whatever. And that game looks cool, but why do you need to copyright this phrase for it? What are you gonna sue? What are you gonna sue us? Like, listen to our podcast, be like, "Oh, we're suing them every single time they say it."
Hey, it would get us some publicity.
Nintendo doesn't need publicity.
No,
They're Nintendo.
Get us some publicity.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nintendo doesn't need publicity. They're Nintendo.
Everyone knows who Nintendo is.
You either don't know who Nintendo is, or you're like 2.
Are you Nintendo, or are you Nintendo?
Sega do what Nintendo don't. Getting laid. Sega does what Nintendo don't. Remember that, Alex?
Yeah, control issues.
You know who I feel sorry for the most now? If they do go through with the copyrighting the phrase, all video game nerd rappers, because now they have one less phrase to rap about.
Yeah, because I'm guarantee you that a lot of like Mega Ran and other Nintendo rappers like that. There's some guy that calls him calls himself like the Black Nerd or something like that on Nintendo on YouTube that raps about Nintendo games and stuff like that. He wrote a rap song about getting a Wii because it's cheaper than the other 2 consoles or something like that.
Well, MC Chris had that song called Weed, but it was spelled W-I-I-D.
Yep.
That's a good song.
Yeah, he's another. He's probably used that phrase at some point.
I think everybody has said it eventually, like once in their lifetime. It's kind of a guarantee. It's 3 guarantees of life: taxes, death, and saying it's on like Donkey Kong. It's so immature yet awesome at the same time.
You just
like,
have
it's
to.
okay to say it.
It's like the character from.
It's like that kid in Leprechaun when he's gonna shoot the leprechaun at the end with the slingshot. He goes, "Fuck you, Lucky Charms." You're like, that's awesome.
What was that stupid? Street Smarts, a really bad fighting game for Super Nintendo that had a character that was just named Ninja Man. That's just too awesome.
It sounds like a manga.
Manga.
Yeah, that too. It totally does though.
Yeah, it probably is. Well, there's a manga called Giant Robo.
The only manga I've ever read is Devilman. I've read the first 3.
The only manga I ever really read was, I read Hunter x Hunter, which is awesome, and Dr.
Weed.
Slump. Oh, and Weed. I read 1 issue of Weed. I read Dr. Slump, that's from Akira Toriyama. Akira Toriyama.
Akira Toriyama did.
Guy did DBZ. Except this is before he did DBZ, and it's hysterical.
He also did Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, he did.
And a whole bunch of character designs and whatnot for the Dragon Warrior series.
Yeah. Actually, funny story. My first GBA game was Dragon Warrior 3. And I actually thought it was going to be like a DBZ game because of the artwork on there.
The same. That's because it's the same guy. He's one of the very. I usually don't care much for anime art style because it all looks the same to me. But I like his art. You know why? Because it's got a distinct look to it. You look at it and you're like, that's Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
That's
not the best, but
that is how you get known in the anime world. Like if you actually have a really distinctive style. Like for example, in Western cultures, you know when something's a Disney product.
Yeah. Or Pixar.
Yeah. Other people can occasionally do something that's like looks Pixar worthy.
Looks pixie.
Like Surf's Up looked
Yeah.
Pixar worthy. It was that good and well done, and it's not Pixar. Very good movie though. I really enjoyed it. You guys want to talk more shit on the Kinect?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna punch it in the
Okay, so
in its Kinect
someone
balls.
bought a Kinect and tore the thing apart, right? To find out how much it's actually worth.
They found cocaine inside.
They gutted this thing and tallied up the total cost of each individual part within it.
The net worth of 3 African villages.
$56. So yes, 3 African villages.
I rest my case.
$56. So why is this thing $150 again?
Because capitalism?
Depends on what.
Because they estimate, this is called ego inflation, they estimate that the demand for it is that great.
I hope they're wrong. I
Yeah.
want to see Microsoft fail.
Well, you
so
know, if it's
badly.
not, the upside of that is if they're wrong, the price might dip to 75 within a couple months.
Have you guys actually tried the Kinect yet?
No.
No, I haven't.
As I said, actually, my girlfriend worked for an Alpine company. She does, and she's doing work for Microsoft right now. We got a free Kinect, and I actually have tried it. It actually does work as advertised.
Well, I've heard there's certain games like that don't work hardly at all, like Sonic Free Riders doesn't.
Yeah, like the driving games, like the racing and driving games, those, since they don't have any like forced feedback, they don't work well, like at all. But like some of the more where you have to jump and move and all that, those actually work really well. Like the game that comes with it, the Kinect Adventures. That it does.
Last week we discussed a few of the problems that the Kinect is supposed to be having right now. Like there were reported problems of people with things like people with darker skin or people wearing all black, stuff like that, having trouble getting it to recognize them. And we had, we spent like 10 minutes just ripping on the Kinect for quote unquote being racist. Oh, dude, listen to last week's episode. It's worth it, I promise. But $56. They could have charged $100. That will, for $100, I might be willing to go out and give this thing a try. But $150, that's like twisting my arm. That's
like we're twisting your arm and squeezing your nuts at the same time.
Though, hold on, keep in mind, these are for people who have children, and it's like it is the perfect thing for like little kids and everything because it does get them to move a whole lot, and it's for pretty much adults. And why is my screen going all black there?
it brought up Windows Media
Oh, my
Player
bad,
for
because
some
I
reason.
ejected the DVD and then I rejected it.
But yeah,
He was like, "Screw you, DVD."
Oh, House just came on.
yeah.
Oh, my
But
bad.
yeah, as I said with the Kinect, where was I going again?
Well, you're talking about it working, and then you're talking about it being aimed at a younger audience or people who aren't normal gamers.
Like families, like for
I think there's a fundamental flaw in that Microsoft has spent the past 6 years marketing their system to hardcore gamers, and for the most part it's only hardcore gamers that own the Xbox, and in order for the casual gamer to get it, they have to buy the Xbox 360 and a Kinect, when they could just look at that and be like, it's similar enough to the Wii, why don't I just get a Wii?
maybe they might already have a Wii.
Maybe they might already have it.
Even if they have a Wii, that's still $450.
Maybe they might have monkey brains.
And that's a lot to ask
Lots and lots of
for
monkey
somebody who
brains.
doesn't. You know, if you already got the console, if I had an Xbox 360
Hello.
right now, I might go ahead and get it if it was
yes.
$100, just because I'd be like, that's cool looking technology. I want to give it a try. But
Cookie crumbs.
what are you babbling about over there?
Chocolate chips.
What are you babbling about over there?
All over the old wahoo.
I will admit though that the marketing was a little bit on prices. They did because in some of the some of the ads I saw, they said that basically now the movement, your controller, now that's going to replace actual physical controllers.
I don't want it to.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants it to. Just that.
I don't think any real gamer wants it to, and there are enough real gamers to make that not happen.
Well, I will say though that I can't really say about the price point since, as I said, I got it for free. But I will say that it is a cool little thing. I will say wait until it lowers in price, like after the busy holiday season. Like once it lowers down to like maybe $125.
Yeah, 120 maybe because you get
comes with a free game too. So
yeah with the PlayStation you get the Move Sports game or whatever, the Move and the PlayStation Eye for 120, and I don't think that's a bad deal. So 120 maybe, $100 even. I'd probably save up and go for that. Be like, I'll get it just to try it out, you know.
Although although I do remember, like a few years ago, whenever Guitar Hero came out, and people were complaining about, oh, this game is about $100 because you gotta buy the guitar for it. It's because if you don't have it, you just play with the controller. It's kind of boring. Whenever you have to do with this guitar, it enhances the experience.
I used to know someone that played it with the controller just to prove that they could do it.
I knew a guy who played Mortal Kombat with a Guitar Hero controller.
That would be kind of sweet. I killed a man with my plastic guitar.
I used to know a couple guys that got drunk once and then got out their dance pads and played Mortal Kombat with them. You can't tell me that's not awesome. Only because they were drunk, but it sounds like a lot of fun when you're drunk.
But yeah, same with the Kinect. I heard the game Dance Central is actually a really good game for the Kinect because it actually does perfect moments here. It does follow the moves actually pretty accurately because it follows the skeletal structure of the other emotions.
See, you'd have more luck with the Kinect than I would because you could stand over on that side of your bed and set the Kinect here and be fine because you're supposed to have 5 feet in between you and the thing. With me, I don't even have that much space in between like my TV and like my wall,
Well, exactly because actually they do need like 5 feet, like clear everything. Like pretty much.
Oh, so the bed would be in the way?
Yeah.
That's...
Like for example, as I said, they're focusing more on families who actually have a living room and who have that enough space to do that. Not people who have like a department about the size of this room.
I heard that it's 8 feet for 2 players.
Yeah, it's a little bit like this. It is between 5 and 8. That's the perfect momentum there. But yeah.
I don't have that kind of space in my room, so... it's not even practical for me to get one right now.
Well, then again, you're not. Well, hopefully they are gonna have a patch or something or a bug to be able to fix that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
it seems to me they should have fixed that before it launched. Be like, okay, you can be 2 feet from it, and it'll work.
We're going into overtime here, folks. Just so you know.
Yeah, we should wrap it up here pretty quick. It's what 102 minutes. It's not bad.
102.
You guys want to go ahead and wrap it up?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good episode. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll go home happy and chuckle ourselves to sleep now.
Yeah, this has been another edition of Press the Action Button podcast on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host, Joystick. The music for this week was the soundtrack to Super Mario World. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as you enjoyed this episode. Say goodbye, Game Face.
Y'all have a good week now, or I might have to seek y'all out and twat you with a stick.
Twat.
Yeah.
Say goodbye, Glitch.
I am not part of the problem. I am a Republican.
Wow.
Thank you, Dan Quayle, for the awesome goodbye exit.
The House of Representatives should stand up and say that collectively. Now that they've won the House. I'm not part of the problem. I'm Republican.
Politics.
Yeah, so we will talk to you guys next week.
Peace.
Stop it.
What?
Stop the recording.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
See what it is inside that I play right.